Have you ever signed a contract and then, like 5 minutes later, you get that sinking feeling in your stomach that you've made a huge mistake? Well, today we're diving into a really fascinating part of contract law called the unilateral mistake. It sounds straightforward, right? But trust me, the devil is in the details.
So let's just jump right in with a little challenge. Here's the big question for today's explainer. When we're talking about a unilateral mistake, what's actually true about the contract? Go ahead, take a second. What's your gut feeling on this one?
All right, ready? To really get a handle on this, I think the best way is to actually look at why the wrong answers are wrong. It's kind of like a process of elimination that really cements the right idea in your head. So let's start breaking down these choices.
Okay, let's check out our first option, both parties are mistaken. Now just think about that word unilateral. The first part of that word is uni, right? So does both parties really sound right for a word that starts with uni?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fit at all. What this option is actually describing is a totally different legal idea called a mutual mistake. That's when both people in the contract are mistaken about the exact same really important fact.
And see, the difference becomes crystal clear when you just look at the words themselves. Uni means one, so one party made a mistake. Mutual means shared, so both parties are on the wrong page together. It's a super simple way to remember it. So yeah, that first option is definitely out.
Okay, on to the next possibility. Both parties are aware of the mistake. This one's less about memorizing legal terms and more just a little logic puzzle. Let's think this through for a second. So here's the thing. If everybody involved knows there's an issue, or weird term, or whatever you want to call it, and they sign the contract anyway, well, it's not really a mistake anymore, is it? It just becomes a known part of the deal. It's a term of the agreement they both accepted. So nope, this one can't be right either.
And now for our third option. And listen, this is a big one because it really trips a lot of people up. It's the idea that the contract is automatically void.
This brings us to a super important legal difference. A contract in this situation isn't usually void, which would mean it's basically invalid from the moment it was signed, like it never existed. Instead, it's voidable. And what that means is the mistaken party gets the power. They get to choose. They can either cancel the whole thing or they can decide to go through with it. The decision is theirs. The contract doesn't just vanish into thin air.
So we've knocked out 3 options. By now, the correct answer should be coming into focus, right? So let's pull back the curtain and reveal the core principle behind a unilateral mistake.
And there you have it. The contract lacks true agreement. This is really the heart of it all. See, for any contract to be legit, there has to be what lawyers call a meeting of the minds. It means both sides have to be on the same page about what they're agreeing to. But if one person is fundamentally mistaken about a key part of the deal, well, that shared understanding just isn't there.
So now that we have the answer, let's just lock in the key takeaways from all this. Why does this concept actually matter? Let's recap.
Let's do a quick rundown of the 4 big points. First, remember unilateral means one. It's one party's mistake. Second, the fundamental legal problem is that there's no real agreement, no meeting of the minds. Third, because of that, the contract becomes voidable, giving the power to the person who made the mistake to either cancel or continue. And fourth, and this is so important, it is not automatically void.
And that's our deep dive for today. But I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Now that you get the principle, think about how this plays out in the real world. How could one person actually prove that the other party knew about their mistake and let them sign anyway? It's a really interesting question that takes this whole idea to the next level. Thanks for joining me.